Hi everyone, this is Bree. So I am doing another pick a card reading. This was an Instagram poll that I did a few days ago, and I chose the Psychic Billy ones over at the time. This ring does not want to stay, sorry about that. So this reading is about self-love, okay? I really felt drawn to doing this, you know, especially because around the time that I made the Instagram poll, it was like a couple days after a year anniversary of a old classmate from my high school. He was a part of the theater community, and we lost him to suicide. And of course, it was a very tragic, sad moment. It was just after we all graduated, you know. Like, definitely, needless to say, wasn't really the best type of, you know, high school reunion so soon, you know. And just knowing a few people from my high school that have committed suicide or that we lost very tragically, you know, and also knowing people that are depressed as well. I just wanted to do a little self-love reading just to kind of boost everyone's spirit, you know, and just kind of like, you know, a nice little ego boost, okay? Just things to like about yourself. I felt really drawn to have this little cupcake. This was a Secret Santa gift I had since like middle school. I think 8th grade or 7th grade. I don't really put anything in it, but it was just a cute little gift, a little cupcake, and I thought it was really sweet, you know, for a self-love reading. And also this little heart that my friend Mackenzie gave to me. I think she got it while she was in Spain. If not, I think she made this actually. I don't remember. She was just like, here, take it. I'm like, all right, sure, thanks. And then we have this little elephant right here. I don't know, for some reason I just put it down just like elephants are friendly animals. I don't know why, I just randomly thought about that. And then of course, regular cast and crew, this little rose quartz crystal ball and that clear quartz pendulum. I don't know why I randomly started telling you all the stuff that's on my table. I always go so off topic with this reading. But whatever, there are timestamps, okay? So this, this is a self-love reading. I'm gonna try not to stutter every 2 seconds because I notice I keep saying like and again all the time, and I hate that stuttering so much. But I mean, I should love that about myself because it's a self-reading. That's so stupid. It's a self-love reading, whatever. But these are the 3 piles. So we have this black ring, okay, green ring. This doesn't even fit. It's like my grandma's ring. It's nice though, but it doesn't even fit me. And then this cute little crystal ring. I love that ring. Okay, so it's a pick a ring. Not gender specific, obviously. Anyone can watch this video. And along with that, I decided to try something a little different. So I kind of started doing like esoteric writing. Okay, so automatic writing. I wrote just like random things, random downloads that I was kind of getting while I was piling the last cards for each pile, and I just kind of like got like a couple little messages about each pile. So it's like a little paragraph. So I'm gonna start off the reading with that, okay, and then I'll go into the reading because this was blind, like automatic esoteric writing, and I wrote it before even looking at any of these cards. Some of these cards from the Romance Angel Oracle deck, this isn't going to be love related, not necessarily unless it comes up for you, but I just, I like these messages because they're just like divine messages anyway, so I would like to apply to self-love because they are about love in general, okay? So, sorry, I'm really sorry I keep knocking this ring over, okay? If anyone who will be drawn to pile number 2 is like very like low in spirit, you know, and you're kind of like always being knocked down, I really hope you enjoy whatever comes your way with the reading, okay? So, I'm just gonna start, okay? And obviously I'll put the timestamps in so that you know, but let's start with pile 1, okay? I'm just going to leave that there just so that I know where to place it for the time stuff because I want to read my esoteric message first, okay? So when I was picking up with pile number 1, whoever's drawn is, you may have a hard time making decisions, okay? People may have taken advantage of you in the past. You may have gone through periods of depression or feeling like no one understands you. I feel like you have a really beautiful imagination, and some people may say that your head is in the clouds, okay? You're very creative people, I feel like. I feel like most of you are very creative people. There's a very innocent energy about you. Like, it was really cute. I don't know why. Like, I just kept being like, oh, you guys are so sweet. Like, I just want to give you guys a hug, you know. Very sweet very innocent, pure energy, okay? Like, not really like tainted, you know? Just lovely people. You're like little cupcakes, okay? I just kept saying you guys are really adorable, okay? Whoever this is applying to, I just feel like pile number one are really sweet people, okay? Even if people don't always see that, I just feel like you're very innocent, you're very sweet, and you just have like a really beautiful mind, and also maybe a very open mind, okay? I feel like you're a source of light, and you know, just before I even get into the reading, I just want you guys to just kind of stay optimistic no matter what you're going through, okay? So, without further ado, I'm gonna look at their little rubric right here, okay? So, alright, let's go. So, something to love about yourself. Nine of Cups in reverse. What can you be more patient with yourself? Or where can you be more patient with yourself? Eight of Pentacles. Where can you be kinder to yourself is the Queen of Swords, okay? Energies and strategies to draw on. Sorceress. That's like Magician energy. And then the Romance Angel Oracle deck. Just pay attention more to the titles, is keep an open mind, okay? So, let's look at this. I'm kind of already getting an idea of what this is about, but let's just kind of walk through it, alright? So, for one thing, like I said, like I was saying, okay, pile number one, I feel like you just have like a really great imagination, okay? This is like the wish fulfillment card, okay? I feel like you have a lot of hopes and dreams, and just a lot of things that you really want to accomplish, like a lot of things that you want to feel like emotionally complete, okay? Just very optimistic people, okay? That's what I keep getting. Like, you guys, you have dreams, you have goals, you have dreams, and you want it to come into fruition, all right? Let's see. Now, in the reverse, this talks about like dissatisfaction and materialism, but because it's about like something to love about yourself, I kind of feel like whenever you aren't fully satisfied, you move forward. Like, I feel like, you know, like this is like water, this is motion, movement, you know. I feel like you don't stay stuck in that energy, you know, okay? Like, if something isn't working for you, maybe emotionally, like if it's not fully emotionally fulfilling, you leave it, okay? And you find something better for yourself, okay? Like, you might be really great manifestors. Like, you always want a better life. You're not doing something to please other people. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it, you know, and not to say that you're selfish, but that's not what I'm saying. But, and you easily could be like a people pleaser as well, but I feel like you're more about self-love, which is great because this is a self-love reading. But I just feel like a lot of people for pile number one, you know, it's funny because I was thinking this before I even shuffled the cards at all. I was just like, I don't know why in my head I keep hearing you're a go-getter, you're a go-getter, you're a go-getter. I didn't know which pile that was going to resonate with, but now I see it's pile number one, okay? So you're a go-getter, okay? When you want something done, you do it. You know, if you don't feel satisfied where you are, you change the situation, okay? Maybe if you don't like the job that you work at, you're like, nope, I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do. Or, you know, some of you may actually be those people that, like, if you're in a class and you're like, I feel like this teacher is going to fail us. I feel like I'm not really going to enjoy my time here. You know, I just don't feel like it's going to be worth my time. I'm going to transfer to a different class, you know, like for some of you. But I just feel like you don't stay stuck in the same place, okay? However that applies, you know, like you always, like you keep an open mind. You try to move out of a situation that isn't good for you. You don't stay in toxic situations. You try to move forward, okay? That's really powerful for starting off the reading, okay? So where can you be more patient with yourself? So Eight of Pentacles, this is about like, this is hard work, education, quality work, okay? This is like the spider that's like weaving their web, okay? So let's think about this for a second. So where can you be more patient with yourself? I'm kind of getting, and this might sound redundant given the reading that it is, but I feel like this is about self-growth, okay? Like, there may be more like materialistic or emotional types of things that like you move away from if you feel dissatisfied, or maybe you know this isn't working out for me. But maybe like physically, there are some moments where I kind of getting like you don't really know where to begin. Like you're kind of like a fledgling, you know, because this is an apprenticeship. Apprentice is like a beginner, you know, like you're maybe under someone's wing, you know, like that type of thing. But where you can be more patient with yourself. In general, it could just be about like about the work that you're putting in, okay? And it could be spiritually, it could be materialistically, like in your job, okay? And again, like I said, sorry for saying again, I was trying not to stutter, but whatever. Like I was saying for this card, if you don't like where you are, you leave it immediately, you know, or you're at least in the motions of, I want to leave this, I want something better for myself. But sometimes with that, you might be harder on yourselves. So try not to be so hard on yourselves, okay? And this is heavy green, so that is heart chakra. You know, I love reading about chakras. So the heart chakra, maybe being more compassionate, more generous maybe to yourself, okay? Giving yourself a break. You probably overwork yourself sometimes, okay? And this is more physically, so overextending yourself too much, okay? You probably have a very great work ethic, okay? Like I was saying with the esoteric writing, just a great imagination, and some people might not always agree with the things that you think and how you feel, okay? Some of you may always feel the need to kind of prove your worth, you know, however this is resonant. I'm getting a couple different messages because this is a general reading, of course. But just being patient with the work that you do, okay? Whether spiritually, whether physically, but just the work that you do. If you're new, if you're beginning, if you're, you know, you're changing for yourself, for your own expansion. So don't rush the work, okay? Don't rush how you go about doing things, okay? Give yourself time to learn, okay? This is also education, okay? Give yourself, and I saw 1212, so that is number 3. And number 3, that's like mind, body, spirit, okay? It's a sign of completion. Your angels are with you, offering guidance. All right, so yeah, I just feel like in general, you guys are those people that, like, you feel like if you don't learn something right away, like the first week of the job, you get really hard on yourselves. So don't be so hard on yourselves, you know? Like it takes a long time to become established. It takes a long time to weave this web, okay? Like don't rush your healing, okay? Like, don't rush any of that stuff, you know? Like, take your time. Really work on yourself. Work on your self-growth, all right? So the third card is, where can you be kinder to yourself? And it's the Queen of Swords. Like I was saying, you could be very hard on yourselves, okay? The Queen of Swords, this is a feminine energy that's very, you know, very intelligent, very independent, you know? Like they can do things on their own, but the shadow side of the Queen of Swords is she can be very cold-hearted. So I feel like there's sometimes a lot of like self-deprecation with you guys, you know, a lot of self-hatred sometimes, you know, like I feel like you're really hard on yourselves when you don't get things done the way you want to. Like, you know, if you feel dissatisfied with something, you sometimes could be dissatisfied with yourself, okay? And you need to get out of that energy of like self-loathing, get out of that energy, you know, just be nicer to yourself, okay? Like don't be so hard on yourself with every little thing that you do, okay? You're very hard workers, okay? But, and this is water, earth, and air, okay? Worry more about things that make you passionate, okay? That's fire energy, which is wands, which isn't in this, okay? Work more on things that make you happy and do it for yourself, okay? Not always worrying about what other people think, and not always worrying about like the process, and like you know, you may worry too much about the little tiny steps, but you're not seeing the big picture and seeing how far you've come, okay? For some of you. All right, so yeah, just don't be so hard on yourselves with this growth, with these things that you decide to do. If you don't learn right away, it's okay. You know, give yourself some time, okay? I feel like you're very quick. This is like quick thinking. You're very quick to beat yourself up if you don't master something right away, and it's okay if you don't, okay? Give yourself some time, okay? Now, energies and strategies to draw on, we have the Sorceress. So you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Okay, so again, this is all about intention. Like, again, you guys are go-getters. The Sorceress card is also the Magician, which is, yeah, heavy manifestors. Okay, very, very talented people. You have the power to kind of manipulate things in your own favor, not in a bad way. Okay, the shadow side of the Magician is a manipulation, but I feel like this is more of the positive energy. Okay, and a lot of heart chakra. Okay, a lot of green. So I feel like you guys really have a sense of purpose. Okay, so just, yeah, focusing on something with intention. Don't beat yourself up, like I said, about the steps, but just focus on like what you want for the outcome. Okay, focus on what you want for the outcome, and that brings us to the last message of keep an open mind. Okay, like, and again, ignore the bottom message. I'm just looking more at the title, but just, you know, if something isn't right in front of you yet, you know, again, more like with self-growth, and it could be physical, like a job, or your education, you know, just something that you're doing for yourself. If you're not fully making progress yet, don't worry about those little steps, okay? It takes a lot to weave a web, okay? You're not going to master something overnight, okay? But you can set the intention and be like, I will eventually, okay? So yeah, just keeping an open mind and being like, I have the power to do this. I just have to be patient with myself and not be so quick to beat myself up about it, okay? So thank you, pile number 1. That's all I'm really getting with you guys. I will see you next time. I hope you have a good one. I hope you enjoyed this reading. You can subscribe to my channel, you know, so you can get more of these messages later on. You can follow my Facebook page, Tarot Readings with Bree. You can like my Instagram, Bree's Tarot, and my regular Instagram, which some of you might be coming from. It's just it's me, Brielle98, but I do polls on there just to see what kind of readings you guys want to see. But mainly just on this channel is when you'll see the readings, and on my Facebook page you can actually get a personal reading with me. They're like $10 right now. If you want like a video reading for where I can post a private video for you and give you a full reading like this, but just for you and only you can see it, that might be like $20, you know, because that does take a lot more time. But yeah, my readings aren't that expensive. I just want to get the messages out, you know, and I'm not really capitalizing on anything right now. I'm like still a new-ish reader. I'm only been doing this for like a year, you know, so I'm not like rushing anything. But thank you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed my little babble, and I hope you enjoyed your reading, and just have a good one, alright? Now, I have to work on ending these so much better, because like I just like babble on so much. But okay, pile number 2 with this little green ring that I cannot fit. It keeps this is so top heavy. It keeps falling over. I'm sorry about that. Sorry for your little messy ring, okay? It's kind of cute though. It reminds me of like a little ant just carrying like a giant piece of food and just toppling over. I don't know why I'm getting that, but whatever. So, pile number 2. Before I start reading your cards, I'm going to read your little esoteric message. This was just automatic writing that I was just like, when I was shuffling your cards after I finished, I just had all these little phrases and thoughts in my head, and now I will read them to you, okay? So pile number 2 may have hidden talents, okay? They're people who have taken on a lot of pain before and are learning to put themselves first once in a while, okay? They might have been very giving and empathetic people in their past lives, okay? Like you could have been like say like a nun, or like a prophetic type of individual, all right? Like a burden bearer. And if you relate to the last reading, if you were pile number 2, that they were empaths, they were burden bearers, okay? So yeah, you could have been very nurturing, very generous, empathetic people, and you really felt for others, and you were just a giving kindred saint basically in your past life, okay? You may finally be getting the healing that you worked so hard to achieve, okay? Some of you may have been depressed in the past, and you're being more positive, having a more positive outlook on life, okay? Some of you may have attracted the wrong people for you in the past and are now building stronger bonds, okay? Narcissistic is a strong word that is like a mental disability, but for some of you, you could have attracted narcissistic-ish, like, not crazy, like not the full-on scale, but maybe very egotistical people, maybe people that were like, you know, very vain, or, you know, maybe they liked you for more superficial reasons, but you never really had like a strong bond with them. Maybe you went through many types of friend groups, you know, like stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm getting for pile number 2. Okay, and let's look at your cards now. So let's go back to the criteria that I'm going to read off of. Alright, so something to love about yourself. We have the King of Cups in reverse. Some of you could be male, for one thing. Where you can be patient with yourself is the Six of Wands. Where you can be kinder to yourself is the Two of Cups. Energies and strategies to draw on, divine passion. Alright. And then the last card is you deserve love. Alright, so let's look at this for a second. Yeah, so some of you could be males. Okay, you could be masculine, water sign maybe, because the King of Cups in reverse. I'm feeling very, what's that word, lethargic right now? Like, I'm not even really tired, but I feel that sense of lethargy. So, I don't know, you could be, like, emotionally drained at times, alright? But something to love about yourselves. Now, this is in the reverse, but we're not really reading it in reverse, because we're looking at the more positive aspects of the reading, of course. But the King of Cups, there's someone who, they're very in tune with their emotions, they're very in touch with their emotions, but they know how to conceal them, okay? So, let's see. With this being, like, this is about moodiness in the reverse, though. Like I said, some of you may be very empathic individuals, so I feel like you can sense when other people are hurting, okay? You're very empathic, very, very sympathetic people, okay? You might be someone that, you know, other people like to talk to, rely on, okay? A shoulder to cry on, a word of advice, you know? Very, very, again, very nurturing people. You may have been saints in the past life, but very reliable, okay? I feel like this is like the father figure, you know, very mature. Some of you maybe mature for your age. You always have the answers for other people, okay? Now the shadow side of this is you may kind of take on other people's energy, other people's burdens, and it feels very tiring, because as I started looking at this, I just feel very sleepy, very lethargic right now, and that might be your type of energy, okay? And I don't want to draw on the shadow part of it, though, because this is a more positive reading. But I feel like I just feel like something to love about yourself is the amount of emotional depth that you can really reach, okay? Like, you're definitely not tone deaf, all right? I just feel like you get people, okay? You get people. That's the main thing that I'm getting. You get people. You understand what people are going through, okay? You might be like almost like the therapist of your friend group, the father friend, or, you know, if this is a male energy, you could be the mom friend, the dad friend, doesn't matter, but you're just that person that people kind of look up to, and they just look to you for answers because you always seem to have answers. Like, no matter what you're going through, you have maybe a more positive spin on things, and just a very like loving type of energy, very understanding, okay? I'm getting you're very understanding people, and that's a very lovable trait to have, okay? Like, you're not like dismissive, okay? You're not like, whatever, who cares? Like, you listen to people, you hear them out when they're going through something, and you seem to always have answers. But it might be time to, you know, start giving those same answers to yourself if there are ever moments where, you know, like you need to start asking other people for help, okay? Because this message right here, you deserve love. It's like you deserve love too. You know, you deserve all the love that you give out to other people, okay? And that's only the first card. So let's look at the second card. So where can you be more patient with yourself? Okay, so the Six of Wands, this talks about recognition. This talks about ego, success. This is like the warrior, okay? So let's see. Give me a second. So where can you be more patient with yourself? Six of Wands. Your self-confidence. Alright, like I was just saying a second ago, you guys may be the ones that always give help to others, but every once in a while, not always, but I feel like maybe a majority of you just have those moments where you feel very low, and you have the type of energy where, yeah, you just feel very drained, and you may struggle with self-confidence sometimes, okay? So yeah, be patient when it comes to your self-confidence, all right? Be patient when it comes to your own victories, your own success, all right? Like I was saying, a lot of you could have been, you could have had a lot of hard times in your life that you had to go through, and a lot of learning, a lot of cycles that you went through just to learn from them. And just it made you come out stronger and wiser, okay? So just that level of growth, I feel like you're constantly going through like karmic cycles. You're constantly going through things that make you a stronger person. All right, so you need to be patient when it comes to your self-esteem, to your ego, to your self-confidence, because sometimes you might get knocked down a peg, all right? That's what I'm getting with that card. So where can you be kinder to yourself? Two of Cups. This is love. This is, it's funny because, like, you understand other people's emotions, but you might not fully love yourself. And again, that's redundant to say because this is a self-love reading, but be kinder to yourself, like fully love yourself, okay? Like you may be one of those people where like some of you may look for love in the company of other people, and it's now time to just love yourself, okay? The self-love reading. But you know, this beautiful, like, this is like almost like the Lovers, okay? The Two of Cups, this is about relationships. This is couples, this is dating, you know, this is like a strong type of relationship. And I feel like you need to, when it comes to being kinder to yourself, loving every part of yourself, okay? Like your shadow sides, you know, the parts that you might hide from other people, okay? Yeah, the parts of you that you may feel are negative, like almost embarrassing, and you're just like, I don't want people to know these things about me. I don't want people to know this shadow part of myself. I feel like this is about emotions, so embracing all of your emotions. You know, if you're a male, embracing your feminine side. If you're a female, embracing your masculine side. But you know, just your more sensitive side. I feel like you're a very sensitive soul, maybe very, very sentimental type of person, okay? And you just need to be kinder to yourself when it comes to emotions, and really like giving yourself a breather, giving yourself a break, and really like loving who you are as a person, okay? Just being very in tune with your emotions, having this unified love, feeling whole with yourself, okay? Just in tune with your emotions, balanced emotions, okay? This is about balance as well. Making a decision, the two can be just being in tune with your emotions, balancing them out, okay? So you can be kinder to yourself. Like, I'm also kind of getting some of you, even though you're the one that people may rely on for help, you don't know how to be vulnerable sometimes, okay? So you need to allow yourself to be more vulnerable, okay? Allow yourself to ask other people for help. You may have a great little support group right here, you know, people that really are willing to help you if you tell them what's wrong, if you tell them what you're going through, okay? So yeah, just balancing out your emotions and not keeping it all to yourself, okay? Sharing your feelings, okay? Talking to partners, you know, friends, family, you know, anyone, just significant people in your life that are willing to help you if you give them a chance to, okay? So you need to be kinder to yourself, as in, just don't let ego get in the way, okay? ego is the killer of love. Just give yourself a chance to really balance out your emotions and express yourself, and tell other people what you're going through, okay? I feel like I want to give you guys a hug. Some of you guys, I really want to give you a hug. I just feel like you really just need to, like, you deserve love too, okay? I'm getting that really strongly. You deserve love too. All right, and then number 4, energies and strategies to draw on, divine passion. So be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Okay, this is kind of like tying in a lot with what I'm saying, but it's like, let's see. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Energies and strategies to draw on. I just can't help but to keep getting drawn to the fact of just learning to really be in tune with your own emotions, loving yourself, caring after yourself, okay? Just taking care of yourselves. Like I said in the very beginning of the reading, for you guys, I felt really sleepy out of nowhere, and I'm a night owl. I can stay up all night, you know. You guys probably, work yourselves to death, with that 6 of Wands, that public recognition. Some of you are probably constantly in the spotlight, or maybe very popular. Just a lot of people are, really relying on you and expecting you to do great things, and that's great, but you need to give yourself a break. You need to give yourself some emotional rest, okay? Maybe meditate, okay? And with the whole, like, well, what is your heart's true desire? I feel like just focusing on, like, what do you want? Like, I feel like a lot of you guys want that love that you put out. You want that. You want that love to be given back to you, okay? Like, you're very sentimental. You're very kind souls. You're very sweet people. Again, I feel like in the past life you may have been saints, okay? Like, very, very beautifully blessed people, and it's time to kind of receive that love back because you deserve it, okay? And the last message, you deserve love. You are lovable, okay? This card just keeps wanting to make itself prominent in the reading. In fact, when I was shuffling, it showed up, it flipped over one time, and then I was like, all right, I'll keep shuffling. If it comes back, I'll take it. And then it came back. So really with this reading, just, I feel like a lot of you guys really struggle with self-esteem issues, self-confidence, and this is kind of here to tell you, like, you deserve all the love that you're going to get, okay? And you need to let yourself be more vulnerable. Don't always be the person that takes on other people's emotions, and, like, it's great that you help other people out, but look for that help as well, okay? Because sometimes there are things where you do need a second opinion, okay? You need someone else's guidance, not just your own, okay? So yeah, it's just about just giving yourself a chance to be more vulnerable, and just not always taking on other people's burdens, but then not asking for anything else in return. You guys are very selfless people, and that's beautiful. It's great to be selfless, but sometimes when you're such a selfless person, sometimes you need to take a little vacation and be a little selfish sometimes, and that doesn't mean a bad thing, okay? That's not really like a thing in vain. It just means that you need to find balance, okay? Balancing out the scales, okay? Not just giving out all this love and then not accepting anything else, okay? Learn to be more vulnerable, and I feel like that will really help you with your self-confidence, just knowing that you have a support system that's already there for you, probably, most likely. But you need to give them a chance to let people in, all right? Let people know what you're going through for a change, okay? So thank you, pile number 2. Hope you enjoyed that reading. Hope you got some insight with that. And last but not least, pile number 3. I love pile number 3. This is like my go-to pile. This is my life path number is number 3. Let me move that out of the way. So pile number 3, before I read your cards, I'm going to look at the esoteric message, okay? These are the automatic downloads, the automatic writing that I kind of, like, unconsciously started writing down when it came to your pile after I was shuffling all your cards. These were messages that were coming to me while I was writing, while I was reading it. Okay, so pile number 3. I feel like you're very connected to the divine. Okay, you're very spirited people that are always team players and very enthusiastic. Okay, you're very positive. There's nothing that you can't do. Okay, yeah, you bring positivity, and the people around you really admire you for that. Okay, I feel like you're very lovable and open-minded. You may have divine guides, like I said, that are rooting for you. Okay, I feel like you're very romantic people, you know, with love, just with life. Okay, I feel like you may see the world through rose-colored glasses. Okay, and not like in a naive way, but you just see the beauty in everything. Okay, very ethereal, very sensual type of personality. Again, very romantic, you know, alluring type of personality. You can be very charismatic. Okay, some of you may have a great sense of humor. I feel like you may have a great work ethic. You're very magnetic people. Like, you really draw people in. People want to get to know you better. Okay, and with that, at times you may be kind of mysterious, you know, because people want to get to know you more. Some of you maybe, or a lot of you may be very smart, like this very deep intuitive knowing, like precognition, very gifted people. Okay, and you're just people of many different talents. Okay, that's what I was getting. Those are different types of cards that peaked but didn't fully fall out. Okay, when it came to your shuffle. All right, so without further ado, let's look at the criteria and start pulling out the cards that you got. All right, so with something to love about yourself, you got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, where can you be more patient with yourself? You have the Death card. That's Scorpio energy. Okay, where can you be kinder to yourself is the 2 of Swords. Energies and strategies to draw on, we have True Love. And the last card is Honeymoon. Okay, so obviously some of you could be dealing with like a divine type of connection. You know, you could be dealing with something regarding love with these 2 loving cards right there. But of course, that can mean anything. Love is anything, you know. Love is love. It doesn't have to just be about romantic. It could just be about really anything. But like I did say, a lot of you guys are probably very romantic people, and those are cards. That's kind of what I picked up as I saw these cards flying out, you know. But with the first card, this is about teamwork. Okay, so like I said, you're team players with something to love about yourself. You're very easy to work with, probably very easy to befriend, you know, and at least in like a work setting. Okay, people that you work with. Okay, this is a material type of thing. So, you know, I feel like you can become easy friends with some people, but at the same time still mysterious. You don't fully let everyone into your mind, but you're easy to have like at least small talk with. Okay, I feel like a lot of people, like I said, are very drawn to you. Okay, like they want to get to know you. You may be admired by a lot of people. Like they could be watching the things that you do and just like really just wanting to get to know you better. Okay, like look at this little chameleon. They're watching this person as they're working. Okay, so I feel like you really attract a lot of people in your environment. Okay. Let's see what else this is. Yeah, this is just for like teamwork, and let's look at this. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, with the initial fulfillment, that's one of the meanings for the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, even if you don't fully let people into your mind and fully open up to people, again, there is a very mysterious side to a lot of you guys. If anything, at least you're a friendly face. Okay, you know, like you're one of those people, like if someone were to walk up to you and be like, hey, we're friends now, you'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, and you will talk to them and you'll say hi to them whenever you see them around campus, around work. You know, they're just people that like they're drawn to you because you may have like a very sweet, kind of like bubbly type of personality for some of you. Okay, but you're not necessarily an open book, but I feel like you could be. Okay, just people want to know more about you. Okay, very magnetic, very alluring people, like I said, like I keep saying. All right, you could be very grounded. Okay, and that could be another thing people like about you is that you're grounded. Like you're not you know, I feel like for a lot of you, you could easily be like the most conceited, narcissistic people. You easily could be, but you're not. Okay, I feel like you're very grounded people. You have a good head on your shoulders, and people admire that about you because some of you could be very gorgeous, very handsome people. You know, you could be like heartbreakers. You know, some of you, but you don't have a big head over it. Okay, I feel like you could be very, very balanced people. Maybe very healing because crystal is healing. You draw people in for a good reason. That's really what I'm getting. You're just very, very friendly, very magnetic, very charismatic, charming people, and there's so many great traits about you that you could be the most narcissistic people in the world. You could be the most conceited people ever. You could be like, oh, I'm better than this, I'm better than that, but you're not. You're very down to the ground. Okay, you have a good head on your shoulders, and you don't even have to, but you do, and that makes you such an amazing person that you're not full of yourself. Okay, you're not full of yourself. You're humble. Okay, you're very humble people. Okay, and that is a very admirable trait to have. Being humble. It's being humble. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, modest, humble. Like you're not like total show off. You probably could be sometimes. You know, at times you could be a little cocky, but within reason, because you know you probably just have a lot of talents, and you're like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that, but I'm not over here boasting and bragging and thinking that I'm better than everyone else because of these skills that I have, because I know I worked hard for them, you know, and I'm not going to bash other people because I know what I'm doing, because I know that everyone is blossoming at their own rate. Okay, like I feel like you understand that, and that just makes you an admirable person. I feel like you fully understand. You understand like the spiritual journey. Okay, this is also a card about like spirit guides. Okay, because that chameleon is like watching, you know. So yeah, you're very in tune with that type of stuff. Like I said, very connected to the divine. Okay, and people could also like that about you too. It could be like a really quirky little trait about you, that you're a very spiritual person, and people really like that. They're like, oh, that's really cool that they're into that kind of stuff, you know. Like yeah, you're very unique. Okay, I feel like you're a very unique type of person. All right. That's a great way to start off. Okay, so where can you be more patient with yourself? Simply with transformation. Okay, I feel like, again, you are connected to the divine. This is a major arcana card. I think this is the first major arcana that we had of all three decks. This is Scorpio energy. Okay, this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. I feel like a lot of you guys are really going through like a spiritual awakening, and you may be getting kind of impatient because a spiritual awakening is not all that's cracked up to be. Like it's cool to like, you know, connect with the divine and connect with your fifth dimensional higher self, but it is a lot of work, and it is a lot of spiritual growth, and you probably had to go through so much transformation. Okay, a lot of cycles that had to come to an end whether you wanted it to or not, and divine had to kind of step in and end those things for you to be able to grow, and it could have been very, very trying times, because there's some things that you maybe didn't really want to say goodbye to, but you had to because it was a divinely guided thing. Okay, so yeah, a lot of spiritual transformation, and you need to be patient with the journey, and I feel like you're very open to the journey and you know about it, but you need to you need to be more patient and know that, you know, this type of thing doesn't happen overnight. It's a full-blown transformation. Like, you're turning into a new person. So yeah, being more patient with yourself. Like, you know, you're letting go of the superficial aspects of yourself that you once had before this awakening, okay? And you need to realize that, like, look, you're not the same person that you were maybe a few years ago, maybe when you were, like, in high school or something, you know, however old you are, you know, but, like, you're not that same, like, you know, superficial, if you ever even were. You probably really weren't, honestly, but, you know, you're not the same person that cares about, like, little petty stuff, okay? You're more in tune with your spirituality, and you are developing, but there may be some parts about you that, you know, is still very, you know, very 3D, very, very our world, and sometimes you're like, oh my god, why am I so concerned over these petty things? Why do I still care about that type of, you know, gossip and, you know, toxic type of things like that? Like, it's okay. It's okay to have like a little bit of a shadow side. Okay, we're still human. All right, so yeah, you're really going through like this type of spiritual transformation, and you need to be patient with the entire process. I just saw 4444. Okay, so yeah, you just like yeah, you're moving forward. Okay, you're really moving forward in this process, in this journey, and it's been a long time coming, and it's still, I feel like you're just constantly transforming, and with that you need to be patient, okay, because there's a lot still left to uncover, okay, with your spirituality, with everything, you know. So where can you be kinder to yourself is the Two of Swords. I feel like being kinder to yourself, like I was just saying, cutting out old habits, old things that weren't really great for you. This is about decision making, especially like the number 2 in tarot is about decisions, like a fork in the road, but the Two of Swords is especially about decision making, okay? And this also talks about like a stalemate. Let's see everything it says in this. This is like indecision, choices, blocked emotions, and stalemate, okay? So yeah, where can you be kinder to yourself? Sometimes you might dismiss your emotions, okay? With this whole spiritual awakening, this whole spiritual journey, sometimes you may be very dismissive towards it, and you feel like it's not really there, okay? But, you know, like the moon right there, that's intuition, okay? Some of you guys may, you may have really heightened intuition because this whole spiritual awakening, but sometimes you squash it down, you kind of chop it away because you know, you don't want to believe your gut feeling, you don't want to trust yourself, and you don't want to, you know. So I feel like a lot of the times, you know, you might be like, oh, but what if this, and then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, come on, like, stop being so naive, that couldn't be it, you know. But it's like, maybe it is, you know. So don't be so dismissive with yourself, okay? And that part was really like short because it was pretty simple given what we're seeing right here, but just, you know, don't be dismissive to your awakening, okay? Because I feel like you really are going through it, and it's alive. It's a big process. It really is, okay? It's a lot of healing, a lot of growth, and don't be so quick to dismiss it. Don't think that you're not making any progress because it's taking a long time. This isn't something that happens overnight, so you need to give yourself a breather, give yourself time to fully grow and fully heal, and stop thinking like, oh, this is taking forever, chop, you know. Like, give yourself a minute, you know. Just give yourself a minute. Don't be so quick to cut off your emotions, okay? Some of you may have been very isolated and closed off during this whole spiritual awakening. Don't do that. Don't be so closed off. I just had a little burp confirmation. But yeah, so don't close yourself off from other people around you, and just everything involving your entire journey, okay? Like, you don't want to do it alone, even though people might not fully understand it, but still, like, don't fully isolate yourself and block your emotions. Don't repress your emotions. Don't put yourself in a stalemate position, okay? Like take the blindfold off and just see how far you've come, okay? That's really what I'm getting. Because I feel like your intuition's getting stronger. Like, that moon will soon become a full moon. Right now it's a crescent moon. Like, you're just in the beginning stages, okay? So you really need to, like, go with the flow and just kind of let things unfold for you, all right? And with energies and strategies to draw on true love, okay? So the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Okay, so obviously, sorry, low battery. Obviously, on one hand, this literally could be just talking about, you know, true love, you know, especially with the honeymoon card. It could be like, you know, soulmate connection, like I was saying before. It could be very spiritual, just a lot of things regarding divine, okay? Some of you guys could have had an awakened triggered through a twin flame or soulmate connection. I channel stuff like that, so I always pick up on that whenever I do a reading, you know, and everyone goes through that at some point in their lives. It's just different stages. So you could be on a twin flame or soulmate journey, and it may have triggered a lot of transformation. It probably triggered your awakening, okay? And I feel like I've gotten that a couple times for you guys, okay? For pile number 3, whoever keeps choosing pile number 3, okay? It definitely is something that was triggering for you in your entire awakening. So with this, I'm kind of thinking, just keeping a loving energy, again, not blocking or repressing your emotions. Like, if if you want to feel deep, feel very deep, okay? Again, this is Scorpio energy. That they're very intuitive, very emotional, like a very strong emotional depth zodiac, okay? So allow yourself to feel, and allow yourself to feel deeply, okay? Feel that, burning passion, that true love, whether it's self-love, whether it's love towards another person, or like sending loving energy to your divine counterpart, just always sending an energy of love, okay? Because I feel like, if you are in a divine connection, sending loving energy to your divine counterpart will come back around to you, because you share the same soul, it's like you throw it out there, it comes back to you. So throw out love, throw out loving energy, and it will come back to you, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting with that. And then with the last card is just the honeymoon card. So honestly, like the honeymoon, it's like the getaway after a couple, they get married, and it's like the little getaway, their fun little time where they can kind of just step away from the world for like, a weekend or however long their honeymoon is. So I feel like you're coming out of a bad cycle, an upsetting cycle that probably made you feel that you had to cut off your emotions and cut off your feelings. I feel like you're about to leave that cycle, because again, this is about cycles and endings and beginnings constantly. So I feel like you're coming into a more lighthearted cycle, okay? A more carefree, like a break, just a breather. Like you can take a break, okay? I feel very serene while I was doing this, so maybe some of you guys can meditate, or do yoga classes, or like watch ASMR videos. I don't know. I don't know. Just I 333 on the clock. Look at that real quick. That's mind, body, and spirit. Sign of completion. Your angels are with you, offering guidance. Like I said, something is complete, okay? Some sort of cycle is complete right now. And I know this is supposed to be about self-love, but part of this awakening is learning to it's learning to love yourself, doing things for yourself, okay? So like, you have like 2 different type of meanings here right now, but yeah, I just feel like you're drawing happiness towards you. They just a very magnetic person, and you're going through a nice transformation, and just a lot of your self-love is triggered by this spiritual awakening, okay? And you're about to end a cycle of self-hatred, a cycle of blocked and repressed emotions, and you finally get a breather where you can really appreciate how far you've come and really like love yourself, okay? Again, this is a self-love reading, so you're getting out of that negative cycle finally, and you're just taking a break now. I feel like it's going to be smooth sailing right now, okay? Especially with the supermoon that just happened on the 31st of July. It's now August 4th, but this isn't really date specific, but I feel like whenever you're drawn to this, it might be after some fucking retrograde, because there's so many of those. But yeah, you're just whenever you're drawn to this reading, really, it would just be like coming out of a cycle of despair and blocked emotions and repressed feelings, and you're going into the honeymoon phase of your awakening, the honeymoon phase of your spiritual journey, of a certain cycle that you are transforming with. It's more lighthearted energy, okay? So thank you, pile number 3. That concludes the self-love reading. I actually really enjoyed this. I think it was really sweet, really nice reading to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed that, okay? And as always, I will see you next time.